Welcome back to ZE Coins. Today, we're diving deep into a hidden treasure from the world of numismatics, the 1970 mint mark Lincoln penny. You might be surprised to learn that this little coin is worth a staggering $56,200 in the current market. That's right. This isn't just any penny, it's a collectible that could be sitting in your pocket right now. So, if you're a coin collector or just curious about what you might have, stay tuned as we explore its history, value, and how you can determine if you've struck gold with a 1970 penny. First, let's take a quick trip down memory lane. The Lincoln penny, also known as the 1-cent coin, was first minted in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin featured a profile of Lincoln on the obverse and the famous wheat ears on the reverse until 1958. After that, we saw the introduction of the Lincoln Memorial design, which remained until 2008 when the current Union Shield design was released. In 1970, the U.S. Mint continued to produce the Lincoln penny, but what sets the 1970 apart is the unique features that collectors are now paying top dollar for. This penny was minted in Denver, indicated by the D mint mark. While the mint produced millions of these coins, certain factors make the 1970 penny particularly sought after. Now, you might be wondering, why is the 1970 penny worth so much? The answer lies in a few critical aspects: rarity, demand, and condition. Let's break these down. Although millions of 1970 pennies were minted, there are specific variations and errors that dramatically increase their value. The most notable is the double die obverse variety. This error occurs when the coin is struck more than once, causing a visible doubling effect on the date and inscriptions. As with any collectible, demand plays a crucial role. Coin collectors and investors are constantly on the lookout for unique pieces. The 1970 penny, especially those with errors, has garnered significant attention in recent years. The condition of the coin is paramount. Coins are graded on a scale from poor, P, to mint state, MS. A 1970 penny in uncirculated condition or one that has been graded as MS 65 or higher can fetch much higher prices at auctions. As of now, the current market value of a standard 1970 penny is around $56,200. However, the price can fluctuate based on several factors, including market demand and auction results. For instance, auction houses like Heritage Auctions have reported sales of this coin for amounts exceeding $100,000, particularly for well-preserved specimens or those with the double die error. Keep an eye on the market trends. Prices can soar if collectors start hunting for this penny. If you own one, it's worth getting it graded by a professional to understand its value fully. So, how can you identify if you have a valuable 1970 penny? Here are some tips to keep in mind. Look for the D on the reverse side, located just below the date. This indicates it was minted in Denver. Look for the double die feature. If the date and inscriptions appear doubled, you may have a highly valuable coin on your hands. Use a magnifying glass to check for scratches, discoloration, or wear. Coins in mint condition will have a bright, shiny appearance and clear details. Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, for an official evaluation. For all the collectors out there, here are some tips on how to get started with collecting Lincoln pennies or expanding your collection. Stay informed about current market trends, attend coin shows, and join numismatic clubs to connect with other collectors. Store your coins in protective holders or capsules to avoid scratches and tarnishing. Consider investing in a safe for your more valuable pieces. Joining online forums and local coin clubs can help you gain insights, trade coins, and discover new opportunities. Collecting coins is a journey. Don't rush to sell, wait for the right time when prices may peak. We're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting, specifically focusing on a rare gem in American numismatics, the 1983 mint mark Lincoln penny. You might be surprised to learn that this tiny coin is currently valued at an incredible $48,200. So, let's explore why this penny is worth so much and how you can find one yourself. Stick around, because you won't want to miss this. First, let's take a quick look at the history of the Lincoln penny. The Lincoln penny was first issued in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, breaking away from the traditional designs that showcased allegorical figures. Since then, this beloved coin has gone through several design changes, but today, we'll focus specifically on the 1983 D mint mark penny. Now, what makes the 1983 D mint mark penny so special? This penny was produced at the Denver Mint during a period of significant change in the U.S. coinage system. In 1982, the United States Mint transitioned from using 95% copper to a copper-plated zinc composition for pennies. This change was made due to the rising costs of copper, and the 1983 D mint mark penny was one of the first to be made with this new alloy. However, here's where it gets interesting. A small number of 1983 D pennies were mistakenly struck using the old copper planchets before the new zinc planchets were fully adopted. This mistake has led to the emergence of an incredibly rare error coin that can be worth a fortune. Now, let's talk about the rarity and value of the 1983 D penny. The regular copper pennies from this year are quite scarce, with only a handful known to exist. Collectors and investors alike are always on the lookout for these rare coins. As of now, the current market value for a 1983 D copper penny can reach up to $48,200, depending on its condition and whether it has been certified by a reputable grading service. The highest graded specimens have sold for record amounts at auctions, making them a hot commodity among serious coin collectors. So, how can you identify whether you have one of these valuable coins? Here are a few tips. Look for the D mint mark on the reverse side of the coin, just below the 1 cent inscription. If it's there, you might be looking at the right coin. The 1983 D zinc penny weighs about 2.5 grams, while the rare copper version weighs 3.1 grams. You can use a digital scale to check the weight of your coin. The copper pennies have a distinctive reddish hue, while the zinc versions are a more dull, metallic color. If your penny has that vibrant copper color, it could be the valuable version. For serious collectors, having your coin graded by a service like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, can provide you with a definitive value and authentication, which can significantly boost your coin's worth. Now, let's briefly discuss the market for rare coins. The demand for rare coins, especially error coins like the 1983 D penny, has been on the rise in recent years. Collectors are not only interested in coins for their historical value but also as an investment. As more collectors enter the market, the prices for these rare coins can increase, making it a potentially lucrative hobby. If you're thinking about buying or selling rare coins, here are a few tips. Knowledge is power. Learn about the market trends and prices for the coins you're interested in. Websites like Numismatic News, Coin World, and the Red Book can be invaluable resources. Whether you're purchasing or selling, always work with reputable dealers or auction houses. This ensures you're getting a fair deal and prevents scams. Connect with other collectors through forums, social media groups, or local clubs. Sharing knowledge and we're going to dive deep into one of the most fascinating coins in the history of U.S. minting, the 1941 Lincoln cent. You've probably seen one of these iconic pennies before, but what if I told you that some of them are worth tens of thousands of dollars? That's right, up to $82,200. Stick around, and we'll explore the different factors that make these coins so valuable and how you might just have one hiding in your pocket change. But first, if you're a coin collector or simply love discovering valuable finds, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. You never know, the information you learn here could be worth a fortune. Alright, let's start with a little background. The 1941 Lincoln cent, also known as the Lincoln Wheat Penny, was minted during a pivotal time in American history. The world was at war, and the United States was on the brink of entering World War II. Despite the turmoil, the U.S. Mint continued to produce these iconic coins, which were made of 95% copper and 5% zinc and tin. Interestingly, over 1 billion Lincoln cents were minted that year across 3 different facilities: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, marked with a D; and San Francisco, marked with an S. The coin itself features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and 2 wheat stalks on the reverse, which is why it's often called the wheat penny. The total mintage was massive, but not every coin was created equal, and that's where the value comes into play. The condition, mint mark, errors, and unique characteristics can mean the difference between a penny worth, well, a penny, and a penny worth big money, as much as $82,200 in current market value. First, let's talk about mint marks. The mint mark on a 1941 penny can be found just below the date on the obverse side. If you see no mint mark, it means the coin was minted in Philadelphia. A D represents Denver, while an S represents San Francisco. Now, each mint has its own rarities, and in particular, the San Francisco minted coins tend to command higher premiums in certain conditions. One thing to remember is that rarity is often determined by the quality of the coin, not just the mint mark. Coins in mint state condition, which means they have not been circulated and retain their original luster, are what you want to look out for. Specifically, a 1941 S penny in high grade is among the most desirable. Now, let's talk about the big money. You might be asking, what makes a 1941 Lincoln cent worth $82,200? It's a combination of a few factors: rarity, demand, grade, and sometimes even errors or die varieties. The concept of population is crucial here. In coin collecting, population refers to how many coins of a specific grade exist. The 1941 S penny in MS-68 condition has a very low population, making it incredibly rare. This scarcity drives collectors to pay more, and when competition heats up, the price can skyrocket. Let's not forget about mint errors. The 1941 Lincoln cent is also known for some fascinating errors and varieties. One of the most popular errors is the double die. This occurs when the coin is struck twice by the die, creating a slight doubling effect on the date or lettering. A 1941 double die error penny can be worth thousands of dollars, depending on the visibility and location of the doubling. Another error to look out for is the off-center strike, where part of the design is missing because the coin wasn't properly aligned during minting. These types of coins are highly collectible and can add a premium to the value. So, how can you tell if your 1941 penny is valuable? First, you'll need a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Start by checking for the mint mark. Remember, S mint mark coins tend to be more valuable. Then, examine the coin's condition. Does it have a shiny luster, or is it worn down? If your penny has minimal scratches, no signs of wear, and retains its original mint luster, it could be worth sending to a professional grading company like PCGS or NGC for an official grade. It might cost a bit to get it graded, but if you're sitting on an MS-67 or MS-68 penny, it could be a life-changing decision. Now, let's talk about current market value. A standard 1941 penny in circulated condition is typically only worth around 10 to 50 cents. However, if you have a high-grade example, the value increases exponentially. A recent auction saw a 1941 S Lincoln cent graded MS-68 sell for an astounding $82,200. High-grade 1941 D and even no mint mark Philadelphia coins in MS-67 or MS-68 have also sold for thousands of dollars. The value of these coins continues to rise, especially as fewer high-grade examples are available for collectors. If you're looking to buy or sell a 1941 Lincoln cent, I highly recommend checking recent auction prices on platforms like Heritage Auctions or Great Collections to get a feel for what collectors are currently paying. Here are a few quick tips if you're hoping to strike it rich with a 1941 Lincoln cent. Check for S or D mint marks. The S mint mark is typically more valuable, especially in high grades. The better the condition, the higher the value. Aim for coins with no visible wear. Look for double dies, off-center strikes, or any other unusual markings. These errors can add significant value. If you think you have a gem, consider getting it professionally graded. It may be worth the investment. So there you have it. The 1941 Lincoln cent might seem like just another penny, but as we've learned today, it could be worth a fortune. If you have a 1941 penny, go take a closer look. You might just have a hidden treasure worth up to $82,200. And don't forget, if you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins and hidden treasures, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. You won't want to miss our next episode, where we uncover even more valuable coins hiding in plain sight. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting. We're diving into one of the most intriguing coins that could be hiding in your change jar or collection, the 1944 Lincoln wheat cent. And let me tell you, this coin isn't just any ordinary penny. It could be worth big money, with one recently selling for a whopping $74,200. Yup, you heard that right, $74,000 for a single penny. Stick around, and I'll tell you why this coin is so valuable, what makes it unique, and how you could cash in on your collection. Alright, let's kick things off with a little background. The 1944 Lincoln wheat cent is part of the legendary Wheat Penny series, which ran from 1909 all the way to 1958. These coins have that iconic design with President Abraham Lincoln on the front and two wheat stalks on the back. But what makes the 1944 stand out from the millions of wheat pennies minted over the years? Well, first things first, let's talk about the D mint mark. This little letter can mean big value. The D represents the Denver Mint, where these coins were struck. But there's something special about the 1944 D that makes it a true collector's dream. Let's rewind to 1943, during World War II. In that year, the United States Mint faced a critical copper shortage because copper was needed for the war effort, specifically for ammunition and military supplies. So, in 1943, the Mint decided to make pennies out of steel coated in zinc, which is why those 1943 steel pennies look silver. Fast forward to 1944, and the Mint went back to using copper for the penny. But here's the interesting part, some leftover steel planchets from 1943 accidentally made it into the 1944 production line. And these errors created the famous 1944 steel penny, which is also highly valuable, but today we're focusing on the 1944 Lincoln penny. This penny is known for another set of rarities and errors that make it so sought after. The 1944 wheat cent is especially valuable because of a few specific factors. Let's break them down. One reason this coin is so valuable is because of a minting error that occurred. Some 1944 pennies were mistakenly struck on steel planchets instead of the usual bronze. If you find one of these rare steel planchet pennies from 1944, you could be looking at a small fortune. These errors are incredibly scarce, and the few that exist are worth tens of thousands of dollars. Imagine finding one of these in your pocket change. Another valuable version of the 1944 Lincoln penny is the double die obverse. This error occurs when the die used to strike the coin was impressed twice, creating a noticeable doubling effect on the letters or numbers. Look closely at the date or the lettering on Liberty. If you see doubling, you might be holding a very special coin indeed. As always in coin collecting, condition is king. A 1944 penny that's in mint state condition is going to be worth significantly more than a circulated one. Coins that have been preserved in their original luster, with no scratches or wear, are what collectors are willing to pay top dollar for. The coin that sold for $74,200 was in MS-67 condition, meaning it was almost flawless. Alright, so how do these factors translate into current market value? Let's take a look. If you have a 1944 penny in a circulated condition, meaning it shows some wear and tear, it's generally worth anywhere between 10 cents to a few dollars. Not bad for a penny. In uncirculated condition, the value jumps considerably. These coins can sell for $10 to $50 depending on their luster and the sharpness of the details. High-grade condition. Now, if you're lucky enough to have a 1944 D penny that's been graded by a professional service as MS-65 or higher, the value skyrockets. These coins can go from $500 to several $1,000s. And, as I mentioned earlier, the record price for an MS-67 was a stunning $74,200. Oh, how can you identify if your 1944 D penny is worth a fortune? Let me give you some tips. Look for the D below the date. This indicates that it was minted in Denver. The position and clarity of this mint mark can also play a role in its value. Sometimes, a misplaced or repunched mint mark, known as an RPM, can make the coin more desirable. If you think you have one of the rare 1944 steel pennies, a simple magnet test will tell you. Copper is not magnetic, but steel is. If your 1944 D penny sticks to a magnet, you might have hit the jackpot. Get yourself a good magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe, and carefully inspect the date and the word Liberty for any signs of doubling. If you see doubling, it's time to get that coin graded. If you believe your 1944 D penny is in exceptional condition, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A professional grade can significantly increase the value and the confidence of potential buyers. High-value coins, especially those in pristine condition, are often sold at coin auctions. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers specialize in rare coins and can help you get top dollar. Websites like eBay or specialized coin-selling platforms like Great Collections can also be great places to list your coin. Just be sure to set a reserve price so you don't sell it for less than it's worth. Lastly, you can always visit a. They can give you an estimate and may even buy the coin from you directly. So there you have it, folks. The 1944 D Lincoln Wheat cent is truly a fascinating piece of American history, and for some lucky collectors, it can be a goldmine. Whether it's due to a rare minting error, a steel planchet, or a high-grade quality, this little copper coin can command big bucks on the market. If you've got a jar of old pennies lying around, it might be time to start digging. You never know, you could have a small fortune hiding in plain sight. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to channel name for more awesome coin collecting tips and treasure hunting guides. And let me know in the comments below, what's the most valuable coin you've ever found? I'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, happy hunting, and may you always find treasure in the smallest of places. I hope this script helps you create an engaging and informative YouTube video. It covers the background, the reasons for the coin's value, how to identify valuable features, and encourages viewers to interact with the channel. We're talking about the 1957 Lincoln cent with a mint mark, and you won't believe just how much it's worth. Some of these coins have been sold for an astonishing $68,200. Yes, you heard that right. That tiny copper coin in your piggy bank could make you rich if you have the right one. So, let's find out what makes this coin so valuable. Alright, let's start with the basics. The 1957 Lincoln cent, also known as the Lincoln Wheat Penny, was minted over 60 years ago. While millions of these coins were produced, some special factors can make certain ones extremely valuable. These factors include mint marks, condition, errors, and even certain unique characteristics. But what exactly makes a 1957 Lincoln cent stand out from the rest? Let's dive right in. First off, let's talk about the mint marks. The 1957 Lincoln cent comes in two varieties, those with a D mint mark, which were minted in Denver, and those without a mint mark, which were minted in Philadelphia. The Denver Mint marked its coins with a small D located below the year on the front of the coin, and it's this little mark that can make all the difference in determining a coin's worth. But here's where it gets even more interesting. There are rare variations of the 1957 D cent that have attracted a lot of attention from collectors over the years. Let's talk about some of these variations. For instance, coins with minting errors such as double dies, off-centering, or repunched mint marks are highly sought after by collectors, and these can fetch impressive prices at auctions. A coin with a prominent error, in pristine condition, can command thousands, or even tens of thousands, of dollars. Mint errors happen during the striking process, and while they were simply a mistake at the time, they are now considered valuable and rare collectibles. One of the most famous varieties is the double die obverse, where the image on the front of the coin appears doubled. If you're lucky enough to come across one of these coins in excellent condition, you're looking at some serious money. So, let's talk about the condition. In the coin collecting world, condition is everything. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, flawless coin. If you have a 1957 Lincoln cent that is graded in mint state 65 or higher, you could be in for a big payday. In fact, a 1957 D Lincoln cent graded as MS 67 recently sold for $68,200 at an auction. Coins graded by professional services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, are trusted in the coin collecting community. An MS 67 or MS 68 grade means that the coin has hardly any blemishes and retains much of its original luster. Basically, it looks almost like it just left the mint. But what's so special about the value hitting $68,200? Well, it's all about rarity. There are only a handful of 1957 D Lincoln cents that have been graded in such high conditions. Collectors love rarity, and when you combine rarity with excellent condition, that's when the value skyrockets. Coins like this become the centerpiece of high-end collections and attract serious competition when they hit the auction block. Now, you might be wondering, how do I know if I have one of these valuable 1957 pennies? Well, the best way is to carefully inspect your coins. Use a magnifying glass to look for errors, and if you think your coin is in excellent condition, consider having it professionally graded. It could be the difference between a penny worth 1 cent and one worth tens of thousands of dollars. You can get coin grading services from reputable companies like PCGS or NGC, and though it does cost a small fee, it could be well worth it if your penny ends up being a rare treasure. And remember, condition is everything. If your coin has scratches, dents, or signs of wear, it probably won't reach the higher end of the market. But don't be discouraged, even slightly lower grades can still have significant value. So, let's get down to the numbers. The 1957 D Lincoln cent that sold for $68,200 was graded at MS 67 plus with a beautiful red luster. Coins with a similar grade are few and far between, which makes them highly collectible. In the current market, 1957 pennies without any major errors might fetch $10 to $50 in average circulated condition. But if you have a top-graded error penny, you could be looking at thousands of dollars. Isn't that amazing? Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could be worth more than a brand new car. This is why I always encourage everyone to check their spare change. You never know when you might stumble upon a hidden treasure. So, that's the story of the 1957 Lincoln cent that could potentially be worth a whopping $68,200. If you have some old pennies lying around, now's the time to check them out. And who knows, maybe you'll get lucky and find one of these rare coins. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more exciting stories about rare and valuable coins. And as always, if you have questions, leave them in the comments below. I love hearing from all of you. Until next time, happy hunting, and may your pocket change bring you riches. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 2016 Lincoln cent, a penny that could be worth a lot more than just 1 cent. We're going to talk about why these pennies are so valuable, the specific mint marks you need to look for, and how one of these coins has been valued at an incredible $24,200. You heard that right, $24,200. So stick around, because we're about to make sense of this amazing discovery. Let's start with a little background. The 2016 Lincoln cent is part of a long-running series of coins featuring President Abraham Lincoln, first introduced way back in 1909. Over 100 years later, the Lincoln cent is still an iconic part of American coinage, but some editions are rarer and much more valuable than others. The 2016 penny might not seem special at first glance, but a few key details can make a huge difference in its value. Let's talk about why. Now, when we're talking about a penny like this being worth thousands, the first thing we need to discuss is the mint mark. A mint mark tells you where the coin was made. In 2016, Lincoln cents were produced at multiple facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The mint mark can be found right below the date on the coin. The most common are D for Denver and no mint mark for Philadelphia. But it's the details that really matter here. So, what makes a 2016 Lincoln cent potentially worth $24,200? Well, there are a few things to look out for. One of the biggest factors is if there are any minting errors or unique varieties. Error coins are a huge deal for collectors. Sometimes, a small mistake during the minting process can turn a regular penny into something highly sought after. One example of this is the 2016 double die obverse, or DDO. This type of error happens when the die used to strike the coin accidentally imprints the design twice, slightly offset. As a result, you get that famous doubled effect on features like the date or the letters Liberty and In God We Trust. These types of errors can be subtle, so you might need a magnifying glass or even a microscope to spot them. But trust me, finding one is worth it. And just how much could you get for a 2016 double die obverse penny? Depending on the condition, these error coins have been known to sell for hundreds, even thousands of dollars at auction. But that's not all. There's another type of 2016 penny that blew collectors away. Another thing that makes a 2016 penny extremely valuable is its grade. When we talk about grade, we mean the condition of the coin, which is determined by experts and is represented on the Sheldon scale from 1 to 70. Coins graded near the top of that scale, mint state 68, 69, or even a perfect 70, are incredibly rare. The better the condition, the higher the price. In fact, a 2016 Lincoln cent with a mint mark from San Francisco, graded as MS 69, recently sold for a whopping $24,200 at auction. That's because finding a penny in nearly perfect condition, with no scratches, no blemishes, and a flawless strike, is like finding a needle in a haystack. Most pennies get tossed in change jars, get scratches, or end up with wear and tear, but a pristine coin is what every collector dreams of. So, how can you tell if you've got a valuable 2016 penny on your hands? First, you want to check the mint mark. If you see an S mint mark, that means the penny was minted in San Francisco, and it's already less common than its D or Philadelphia counterparts. Next, inspect the coin's condition. Does it look brand new? No scratches? If it seems perfect, you might want to consider getting it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. Grading can cost some money, but if your coin ends up being worth thousands, it's a small price to pay. Grading companies will encapsulate your coin in a protective holder, and assign it a grade, which can greatly increase its value. A graded coin can sell for significantly more than an ungraded one because buyers have assurance of its quality. But it's not just about mint marks and condition. You should also look out for any anomalies, like die cracks, off-center strikes, or other unexpected errors. These kinds of minting mistakes can turn a regular 2016 penny into something that collectors will pay big money for. Sometimes, it's the smallest details that can lead to a big payday. For example, a die crack that runs along Lincoln's profile or through the date could make your coin more desirable to error collectors. These kinds of defective coins are anything but worthless. Some are worth hundreds or even thousands depending on the uniqueness of the error. Alright, everyone, I know you're probably wondering, how do I get my hands on one of these valuable pennies? The good news is, they're still out there. You can start by checking your pocket change. Every time you get a handful of pennies, take a few moments to look through them. Search for the 2016 date, check the mint mark, and carefully examine the details. You never know, that penny in your pocket could be worth more than you think. And there you have it. The 2016 Lincoln cent might seem like just another penny, but it could actually be a valuable treasure hiding right under your nose. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, always keep your eyes open. With a little luck and a lot of patience, you could be the next person to discover a penny worth thousands of dollars. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins and currency, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to channel name. We've got tons of exciting content coming your way. Who knows, maybe next time we'll be talking about the change you found in your couch cushions. Thanks for watching, everyone. Keep collecting, keep hunting, and I'll see you in the next video.